Hey guys, Brad coming at you here with a little one card mail day. Did a couple group breaks of Impeccable football. Got the Dolphins chasing Jason Taylor, Marino, and Jarvis Landry. Those are basically the only three guys they have in the product. And because they don't have any main rookies, they were kind of on the cheaper side, so I said, oh, I'll try it out. Oh boy, was I so bummed when I saw this card, and I have another one coming in of a different style. But a lot of the Impeccable on-card autos look so nice. They really do. Panini does a good job with the look of those cards. Like the indelible ink set that Jason Taylor's in, I need one of those. The problem is there's a couple of guys in the sets that are sticker autographs. And sticker autographs on this design just looks awful. And guess what? One of the Dolphins is a sticker autograph, which is Jarvis Landry, which I so bummed because I didn't know this ahead of time. It isn't like they asked, oh, by the way, this guy's going to have a sticker auto. So it's the Elegance Patch Auto 4 of 25 of Jarvis Landry, which, like I said, cool design. But then you got a sticker, and the way he signs his autograph, it'll go off of it a little bit. Because the 16, I showed in a video 2 videos ago maybe, where I got this 16 patch auto back and it's on card, so I'm like, oh, these will be on card. I'm so bummed because I also have the one where commemorating like 94 receptions in 15 or whatever, but it's a sticker auto as well. So bummed. I was so bummed because they're nice looking cards. They really are. But they screwed it up. Like Brandon Cooks is a sticker. There's a couple of guys that are stickers. So bummed. Because it's such an awesome card. Even though it's a crappy patch. But like the designs. Impeccable's beautiful. But it got me bummed a little bit. I was like, But I'll tell you what didn't get me bummed. Was coming back from 17-0 deficit on Sunday. That got me pretty jazzed up. I was pretty pumped about that. Whew, didn't see that coming, I can tell you that. Because, our offense and our team was looking like we normally do in the first half of every game. Inept and awful. But all of a sudden, the second half came and we moved the ball a little bit. The defense dominated them in the second half. Prior to that last drive, I think we gave up like 23 yards the whole second half prior to that last drive. That we eventually picked Matt Ryan off. By the way, the last throw, it really was not a bad throw. It was on point. The guy made a good play to knock it away. The problem is that's a tight window to throw to when you know you have a field goal sending it into overtime. So, question the decision. It was a good throw, really. But in that situation, he definitely was going for the win there, it looked like. But, yeah, it was a throw. Questionable to throw that because that's like a 60-40 ball. And like I said, the guy made a good play knocking it away and then Jones catching it. But, yeah, questionable being that you have a field goal sending it into overtime already. But, nonetheless, played really good in the second half, scored on all 4 possessions in the second half. Of course, when you come back from a 17-0 deficit, which, by the way, is the biggest so far this season, you need a little help along the way. And I would say the 2 main plays that gave us that little help, it was 17-7. We're driving, Cutler throws a pick to Deion Jones again. But Grady Jarrett roughs the passer, which it was the right call. He did rough the passer. We score a couple plays later to Landry. 17-14, and right there I was like, the Falcons are done. The last drive actually, I was like, the Falcons are done now. Because it's still in their head, the collapse, man. It is. And, yeah, right when that happened, they were done. Then the next time they go to punt, the guy, hits the up back or something. It's such an awful snap. We get the ball around midfield, get a field goal. Those were the 2 main plays that I think help catapult us to the victory. But, yeah, good resilient win. Because I even told Kyle, I was like, oh, we probably lose this game by 17 points. So when we were down 17 to nothing, I had to kind of chuckle. I was like, oh, called this. And then all of a sudden, bam! Second half came and outscored them 20 to nothing. So impressive, I guess. It's not impressive, but it's impressive, obviously, when you're trailing by 17 points. So we're 3-2. Haven't played more than 2 good quarters of football in any game. The analytics people can't figure out how we win any games. It's funny because it was the same thing last year. Like, you go by like the FPI and ESPN, and Pro Football Focus does their stuff. All the analytic kind of stuff. Like last year, we were supposed to be, if you went by the analytics, 5-11. We went 10-6. This year, we were supposed to have been 1-4. We're 3-2. You got to throw analytics out the window with my team. The reason why the analytics hate us, we're outscored on the year. We don't move the ball. You know how a lot of teams will move the ball 35 yards and not score? Well, we just go 3 and out. So we don't get any extra yardage. So they look at our total yards and are like, ugh. We either score or we punt or turn the ball over within a couple plays. Like, we don't have those 40-yard drives that we don't score. So we don't get enough yards for them. The analytic people hate us. They can't figure out how the heck this team wins the last year and a half. They can't figure it out. Which I don't blame, but sometimes I have trouble figuring it out. But we're 11-0 in our last 11 games, decided by 7 points or less. So we either lose big or we win a tight one. Under the Adam Gase era, that's been what it is. So to the other football, Steelers-Chiefs. I called the Steelers victory over the Chiefs. I was like, these are the type of games the Steelers win. I told you I didn't like the Chiefs' defense. Over 200 yards rushing by Le'Veon Bell. Big Ben didn't even play well. That was part of the reason why the game stayed close. But, yeah, the Steelers had their way. The defense was on point. What Kansas City does so well all the time is with formations and movement. You get the defense confused. 2 guys go one way, you're going the other way. The Steelers did a great job of just kind of standing pat, letting them do all their moving around, and we're like, okay, you ready to snap the ball yet? They weren't fazed by it. They were focused. So I think they only had a play or two where it looked like, you had them going the wrong way. And that's what the Chiefs do so well. It's misdirection and get you running one way and go the other, So, yeah, good victory by the Steelers. The Giants beating the Broncos. Everyone was shocked. The funny thing is, in this particular case, the injuries helped the Broncos win this particular game. They are not better off long-term necessarily, but this particular matchup, it helped them because it made them play a condensed style, run the football. It's not spread out where your tackles are just going to get destroyed by the Broncos' D-line. Everything was compact, safe. The defense did their thing. Simeon looked awful, quite frankly. And yeah, it was just like a perfect storm of the injuries helped them win this particular game because of the style they had to play. So I found that interesting. There's no way they would have won that playing their normal style. No way. So, using Orleans Darkwa and Wayne Gallman, baby. The Giants get a victory, and the Giant defense finally played their best game of the year, too. Excuse me. The Chargers, they won 2 close games in a row. How in the heck did that happen? So that makes the Raiders-Chiefs tonight a must-win for the Oakland Raiders. Oakland Raiders lose tonight, they are done, baby. Done. They'll be 2-5. They will be done. So it's a must-win tonight for the Raiders. Chiefs have had their way with pretty much that whole division the last about 3 years. 2 or 3 years? 2 years? 3 years? They pretty much had their way with that division. So, Raiders got to win tonight or they are done. Got, of course, the Aaron Rodgers injury. Not a dirty play by Anthony Barr. Don't give me that poo-poo. The dirty play was Mike Mitchell and Alex Smith. That's a dirty play. Anthony Barr, that happens in every game. He just happened to land wrong, and it happened to break the collarbone. It's what you call football. It happens. It wasn't dirty. It is what it is. You start running outside the pocket, he just threw it. The guy came and hit him, and of course he's going to hit him hard. You're out of the pocket now, buddy. You're mine. Did what he was supposed to do. Happened to injure him. Wasn't dirty. It's called football. So, everybody thinks the Packers are done. I'm not ready to say that. I think this is going to make them run the football more. And they still have 3 good wide receivers. So if this guy's competent at quarterback, which we don't really know, they still got a shot. Because the Lions, they play the fourth quarter of every game. And other than that, they're a below average team. Fourth quarter, they're the best team in the league. Vikings are still kind of, do you trust them? Bears, believe it or not, the Bears could be winning that division if they didn't blow the 2 games of the Falcons and Vikings that they should have won. You think of that. That was a great win, too, going into Baltimore. Didn't see that coming. And the only reason why that game was even close is because of a kick return for a touchdown that was one of those fluky, just, you don't see that often. And then a punt return for a touchdown towards the end. That's the only reason why that game is close. Where was I? Oh, yeah, on that division. So the Packers are still in it, in my opinion. And like I said, the Lions, everybody's like, all the Lion fans after the quick start, where's our respect? Where's our respect? The reason why people are hesitant is you play one good quarter of football every game. It's always in the fourth. The problem is, if you're trailing 45-10, you're probably not going to be able to quite come back from that. You came close, but it's like until you start playing at least 3 quarters of football, you're not going to get the respect. I'm just saying. So, big matchup, Saints-Packers this week. Curious to see what happens with that. What else did I want? Oh, the Austin Severian Jenkins play. Jets, Pats. Everybody's seen this play by now. The initial thought when you watch it, oh, that's a touchdown. I would say any average person, the initial thought is, oh, that's probably a touchdown. All right, he's going in. He does lose the control of the ball. There is zero argument about that. You're making an argument about that, you're being a homer, you're blind. He does lose the ball before going into the end zone. It is loose. Just because it's right here doesn't mean he's got control of it. He did not have his hands on it. It is loose. Okay? But he does he get it back in time before he hits the pylon or the ground, which I think he hits the pylon first, which would make, that's the first thing of being out. I am shocked they overturned it. Okay, but I can see arguments to both sides of why. I don't think it's an atrocious call like everyone was saying, because I missed it live. I didn't see it live, because obviously I was watching other stuff. But on Facebook, so when I watched the game later, everybody was like, oh, this is the most atrocious call ever. And I'm like, come on, people. You really look at it, you can see where they're coming from to overturn it, in my opinion. But I've seen the thing 20 times, and I can't 100% tell you he didn't have it or he did. So therefore, the call probably should have stood on the field. But I can't also say that it was a bad call, if that makes sense. Because I see what they're saying about, because the ball went from like here to here when he was regaining it. To me, he still has possession, even though he's kind of moving it. But you can argue that he doesn't because the ball is moving. But to me, he still kind of has it, in my interpretation. So I think it should have stood as a touchdown. But I don't see it as an atrocious call like a lot of other people did. Like on Facebook, people are freaking out. Oh, people love the Pats. I'm like, the league hates the Pats, okay? Trust me, that isn't it. Has nothing to do with it. Even in their explanation, you can see where they're coming from to overturn it. All right? I don't like it. I wouldn't have overturned it. Because like I said, I can look at that play and see it both ways. So when I can do that, to me it shouldn't be overturned. But there you go. I don't think it was by any means, oh, that was the worst call ever. No. Okay? Quit being homers. Quit being Pat haters just because it was against the Pats. I hate them too, but I'm just saying I can see where they were coming from to overturn it, but I don't think they should have. That's my stance on it. What else? That's 15 minutes of good stuff, I guess. So, yeah, that's all I got. Play the Jets this week. They killed us the last time. They dominated us the last time. So, for my health, I hope that doesn't happen again. Because I might stab myself if I have to see that again. But hopefully we could start games not scoring 0 points every first half. That would be very helpful. I think we've scored 13 points the entire first half. That is less than 3 points that we score in the first half per game. That's atrocious. So hopefully we can fix that. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Love you all.